everyone, welcome to ECS Podcast. It's Via here. Today we're talking about something we usually forget where we juggling assessment, presentation, or campus activities. That is our mental well-being as pre-service early childhood teachers. Because becoming a teacher isn't only about learning theories or finishing texts. It's also about learning how to take care of our emotion. That's why today episode is titled Preparing the Heart, Not Just the Skill. And I'm really excited because today we're joined by Miss Farah, one of our early childhood education lecturers. I've been heard Miss Farah has a strong background in psychology. She's holding both an Bachelor and Magister of Psychology, which makes her insight on today's topic especially meaningful. Hello, Miss Farah. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, anytime. I'm happy to because you invite me in this podcast, especially in the first episode, I think.
Okay, how are you today, Miss?
I'm good, as you can see.
Good to hear that, Miss. Before we dive in, what have you been busy with lately?
Okay, I've been teaching, supervising students, and joining community program, and I did several research.
That's so wonderful, Miss. And since your background in psychology, what inspires you to move in early childhood education?
I'm interested in early emotional and cognitive development and supporting future teachers.
Thank you, Miss. Now we're talking about challenge pre-service teacher face. Many feel pressure during practicum because what they learn at campus doesn't match with what actually happened in classroom. Miss Farah, many pre-service teachers today face emotional challenge when transitioning from being a student to becoming a teacher, and they often feel they have to be perfect. From your experience, what kind of support do they need to be ready for this challenge?
Okay, in my opinion, pre-service teacher need practical and ongoing support. Mentors should understand they are still learning. So guidance must be clear and empathetic. Universities should also provide training that simulates real classroom conditions, like documentation practice or micro teaching. And with the right guidance and hands-on opportunities, they will gain confidence and be better prepared for challenges in early childhood classroom.
I see, Miss. So it's clear that it's not just about campus theory. The hands-on experience and supportive mentor are actually building one pre-service teacher confidence. After facing those challenges, their mental health is really affected. So, Miss Farah, how can pre-service teacher maintain their mental well-being? Because when the teacher is mentally healthy, the learning environment also becomes positive, right?
In my opinion, to maintain their mental well-being, research teachers need to recognize their limits, take a break when needed, and not hesitate to ask for help. They also need a space to share their feeling, whether with mentors or peers. Schools and universities should provide support and give constructive feedback. When resources teachers feel supported, they become more confident and can create a positive learning environment.
Wow, from everything you said earlier, it's really clear how important mental well-being is for pre-service teachers. After facing all those challenges and emotional transition, they definitely need something to help them stay grounded. Miss Farah, that's make me curious about something more practical. So, what strategies can pre-service early childhood teacher apply to keep their mental well-being stable while they going through all these ups and downs during their training?
That's right. The mental well-being of a service teacher is really important. There are a few strategies they can apply. First is practicing self-reflection, like journaling, to understand their emotion and what triggers their stress. And second is setting healthy boundaries so they don't push themselves too hard, including learning to say no when the workload is too much. And the last is keeping a balance between classes, assignments, and rest. And lastly, building a support system with friends, lecturers, or mentors so they don't face the pressure alone.
Those strategies sound super helpful, Miss Farah. But of course, pre-service teachers can handle everything by themselves. They also need a campus environment that actually supports their emotional well-being. So now, I want to focus a little beyond personal effort. Let's talk about the role of the university. Well, since mental health can be addressed through self-care, should the campus also support the emotional well-being of prospective teachers? And how can the campus make that happen, Miss?
Of course, the campus needs to support the emotional well-being of prospective teachers. The ways include providing counseling services, a safe space for students to talk, and lecturers and mentors who provide feedback with empathy, not pressure. Furthermore, the campus should build a culture that is open about mental health, create policies that do not overly burden students, and strengthen the campus community as a source of support.
Alright, that's wrap up today's episode. Honestly, this conversation felt so refreshing and grounding. Thank you so much, Miss Farah, for taking the time to share your insight with us. Your perspective truly helped us understand this topic more deeply and practically.
Thank you so much. Happy to discussion with you.
Okay, dear audience, remember your journey matters. Becoming a teacher isn't just about mastering content. It starts with taking care of your own well-being and staying emotional steady. So please take care of yourself. Slow down when things feel heavy. Be kind to your mind and enjoy the process becoming an educator step by step in your own rhythm. So guys, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong, but I can write a song. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I don't think you're right for him. Think of what it might have been if you took a bus to Chinatown. I'd be standing on Canal and Bowery. She'd be standing next to me.